Hello friends, welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm reading to you out of the Old Testament, the book of Nehemiah, chapter 12, verse 43. Hear now these words. They offered great sacrifices that day and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The women and the children also rejoiced. The joy of Jerusalem was heard far away. So why was everybody so joyful? Well, the context here is that Nehemiah had come to Jerusalem, which the city had been sacked by the Babylonians many years before. And now the people of Judah were returning to the city, and Nehemiah came and helped them to rebuild the walls. And the walls of Jerusalem had been completed, and so now they are celebrating. Why would they celebrate the building of a wall? Well, it had at least two purposes. Number one was it offered them protection. You see, when people lived in those days, they needed the walls to give them protection against the bandits who would come in and steal their food and everything else and leave them in the town destitute. And so by building the wall, they now had protection. But the second thing was the building of the wall was a recognition of the restoration of God's favor on the people. And so they are rejoicing because they know they are at peace again with God. You see, they understood that the reason that the Babylonians destroyed Jerusalem in the first place was because they failed to be obedient to God. They did not worship God and Him alone. But now, as they rededicate themselves to God and as they are allowed to build their wall, they know God is again with them. My friends, I want to invite you to consider how this might impact you today. Do you have things that are trying to steal your joy? Do you have experiences or circumstances that want to rob you of the peace that comes from having God on your side? Is the devil trying to attack you and make you doubt that you are a child of God's? Well, build a wall around those threats. Protect yourself through God's grace by studying the Word, listening to things like this daily devotion, of praying to God. You can have the same kind of joy and peace that Nehemiah had. Trust in God, and you will know the peace of God. And I'll see you tomorrow for another daily devotion.